Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 16 of Direwolf20's server play series, hanging out with Mysterious Player, Neptune, Soaryn, and Rorax. How you guys doing? I think Rorax is the only one on TeamSpeak because I was talking. Soaryn's here, but as usual, he's stuck being in Quiet Land.
Yo.
Rorax says hi, Player says hi. Oh, Soaryn, you've been busy. Max size. So you made a max size tree farm. Okay. And a mini system for liquids down here. Where'd you get all these apples from? I guess you're not really using them too heavily then? Why do you have so many blocks of redstone there? So you're using 9 redstone instead of 1 piece of cobble? Okay then. Why not a redstone torch? So that you don't have to waste wood on your tree farm? Okay. Just so we're clear. Oh, I see. You're getting ready to build some boilers? Is that what you're doing? That's cool. Yeah, I was going to work on boilers soon. But if you're getting started on working them, that's cool. I want to work on... it's raining again? Are you kidding me? I want to work on my turtle mining system that I saw. Did you check out my turtle mining system? You want to come see? And this will be me recapping it. Also, there's new Tinker Construct toys I want to show you guys. Yes, new version of Tinker's Construct. Got some new stuff to play with. Pretty excited for it.
So fun.
I should actually get myself, like... I need paper and ink. Because I want to make some link books because I don't want to have to run outside for this all the time. Yes, Soaryn is really Pahimar. Everybody's falling for that. Gotta love the hats. I need paper. I only have 1 piece. I can find more than that.
User in your channel timed out.
Oh, and Rorax is timing out a lot. I need sugarcane, reeds.
Yeah, blame my SP.
Soaryn, you look lovely. Let me get myself a pair of link books, and we'll be in good shape here. I really got 9 leather from that cow. I know M-Dial like tweaks the leather drops, but I didn't realize he tweaked them that much. I mean, I do have like looting 3 on my sword or whatever, but that's a lot.
Yeah. That's the real problem though, is that he's tweaked the leather drops and then looting still works.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like leather is completely OP, but it was always kind of a nuisance to get. Alright, so what I want is... Actually, I should have made the linking here first. I want to create a link book in my house. Let's call it right here. And then we need to make the link book in that world. And I should go ahead and do this. Also, why are there, like, nether bats in Digger? That doesn't make any sense to me. Is that a bug?
Is any part of Digger registered as a nether?
I don't think so. I think the whole thing is, Alright, Soaryn, here we go. This is me falling very far away. I forgot there was a giant hole there. Alright, guys, I'll be back in a minute. I need to burrow my way out of this hole. Be right back. So, Soaryn enjoys it. You're blaming TE for that? I do have one thing I need to do. Well, Tesseracts, yes. I guess you guys... What you doing? There we go. They're just finishing up their cycle. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty pleased with that. You'd have to place plenty of engines. I guess so. I mean, I'd find another way to do it. But yes, TE definitely helps with this design. So, I'm really pleased with this build. It's working out pretty well so far. Of course, I need a lot more turtles, and I need a lot more programming to happen to really automate this whole thing. But I'm not going to be doing too much programming on camera. I'll probably just, do a bit, show you guys the end result, and, go from there. But I might want to take kind of like an aside, because there's some things I need to sort out at my base to fix. My base has some issues that I need to resolve. Probably going to work on that this episode a little bit. And now that Soaryn's here hanging out with me, then we'll have some fun. What's up, Soaryn? Woo! So yeah, that's my turtle mining system. It will get expanded pretty quickly. We do need the resources. That's why I'm doing it. Like, we need them pretty bad. I think we're really hurting. The only thing I don't have in place just yet is a chunk loader system, but I'm basically going to have like mining turtles that deploy a chunk loader, and I'm going to need two, and I'm going to need to time it right. But basically what's going to happen is like I'll have one back here and one in front, and they'll kind of both be set to like the 3 radius, so they'll be, like picked up and like kind of caterpillared, if you will, right? Like the one in the back will move forward, and then the one in the one that was forward will be the one in the back, and then it'll move forward, right? So like we'll have a chunk loader here, and then a chunk loader here, and like imagine this was a chunk boundary, right? What would happen is this guy would be loading in a 3x3 area, so it would be loading this chunk as well as this chunk, and this one would be loading this chunk as well as this chunk. And on a cycle move, what I would do is like pick this guy up, break the chunk loader with the turtle, have the turtle move forward, move up to like, whatever, like this position or something, and, we'll figure it out, but that's the basic gist, right? It'll kind of be like a caterpillar drive type deal. So there'll probably be one turtle in behind these guys, like 1 or 2 blocks behind, and one that's 1 or 2 blocks ahead, and every time they move forward 1 or 2, it'll, proceed. That's the plan. We'll see how we do. I don't know. I have to play with it a little bit. It's much harder to do without frames because the frames made it easy, right? Like we had Tesseracts, we had, chunk loaders, we just moved everything on the frames. Now we have to use turtles to move everything because we really don't have many other ways to move things. Except like, turtle breaking it, picking it up, moving it, that kind of deal. So we'll figure it out, don't worry. Alright, I'm heading back to my base, Soaryn. Now we have a nice fancy way to get in and out. I'm happy. Nice hat. You just like changing hats all the time, don't you, buddy? Alright, there's a couple things that I need to kind of sort out, if you will. Number one is industrial craft power. My system here is not keeping up. The biogenerator, the ethanol, like, we don't have enough ethanol, basically. Soaryn changed up some of my stuff here. I don't know, what was your point here, Soaryn? You made it so you could, like, right-click on these to have them flow in different things? I see, so you right-click and you set them to output and they'll go fill up. That was storage not being used. Yeah, I know, that was on my to-do list to fix. Fruit juice, do we need to store? Yeah, I'd like to store fruit juice. I like to store everything. So we're like getting ethanol now, but we don't have quite enough. And the main problem that is the source of our ethanol problems is our lack of apples. Now, like I could just switch it just because of how much saplings I have. Like I have a lot of saplings. I could easily switch this up and, fall back on water as needed, but we'll see. I have a couple ideas on what I might want to do here. Like, maybe figure something out. I don't know. We'll see. I also think I need another source of industrial craft power. So what are my options again? I mean, I could throw some solar panels up there, but that only works during the day. Yeah, steam is a good one. We could do steam power from Railcraft. Like, I was going to build a steam boiler down here, but you're building steam boilers, Soren? Do you want to consolidate, like, our energy source and just have it all on my base, and then, you know, you can leach it? So what kind of steam boilers were you making, iron or steel? Looked like iron. Oh, they're steel ones? Oh, wow, you're really going crazy, aren't you? Yeah, look at this, high-pressure boiler, wow. Okay. What do you want to make them, liquid or fuel or solid fuel? Or do you want one of each? I was going to use ethanol, not sure. Yeah, we could do one of each, right? And we could do charcoal from the wood, because we've already got an auto charcoal producer. So that's what I'm thinking. And once we have our power sources sorted out in here, we can go back to building the mining machine, because, I mean, honestly, I'm going to build a mining machine mostly off camera, because you guys have seen the basic concepts, and it's more computer craft programming than anything else at this point. So, alright. So what do you say we start working on steam power? Do you want this in, like, this base is already producing mostly everything we need. What I'm thinking, Soren, is we run the cabling for the applied energistics system over here, and we start leaching some of the apples and saplings and other things that you're producing and just making sure everything's stored in applied energistics, and we just route everything through that system. Sounds like a plan. Alright, well, I think my first step then should be to get some cables. Yeah, we need some cables for sure. Alright, so I will be back in just a moment. Alright guys, we are back, and I'm working on getting this tree farm automated a little bit better. So what I'd really like to do is use applied energistics, like I said, for a lot of stuff. I wanted to see how crazy I can get with applied energistics and try it out in all kinds of neat and interesting ways. So, do you have some cabling running over here, Soren? I see cabling. I don't know where it goes, though. Where does this go? Is that where it goes? Ah, I see. Okay, cool. Well, I could tap into that guy. That doesn't seem so bad. Alright, let's run it like right along here. That might not be a terrible idea. Okay, for now at least, I need to get it like just straight over here. I want to clear all this stuff, so I guess I'll just temporarily get it over here. I didn't really want to break that one, I don't think. I need some form of flight pretty soon. This will at least like help me deal with the mess that is my current system. See? We've got 2 chests full of wood, so the first thing I want to do is just import this all into the network. So, boom. And you should be told to import everything at the stack mode. Ta-da! So that'll clean that out. You know what I should probably be doing is just moving this through the ceiling here. I'll be back in a minute. Let me clean up the inventories, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and I am playing around with some fun stuff. Let's put this over here. So basically what I'm having is a severe lack of enough stuff to maintain what I want to do. Like all the power demands that I have on my system, I'm just not producing enough apples at the moment. And I wanted to, since I'm here anyway, I needed to start automating some of the stuff that happens. So I'm working right now to automate the tree farms as part of the applied energistics system. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to bring this guy down here. And here we're going to do an import module, I think, precision import bus. But I want to be precise about what I import, right? So I don't want to pull saplings, I don't want to pull wooden planks, and I don't want to pull dirt. So let's see. In fact, I'm debating if this is the right side to connect to. I think it will only pull from bottom slots. All right, well, there you go. Oh, right, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how the ME system works. Like, Buildcraft pipes are smart about it, but I'm not entirely sure, you know, how smart this will be. So we're going to find out in a minute here. So I might want to connect this guy up like so, actually. Well... So it's only pulling from bottom slots even with AE? Where's your import module going? The bottom of the block? Like underneath? I think that's important. There we go. Now we're talking. Now everything's getting pulled out. Perfect. All right, next thing I need is fertilizer. Good, we do have some. I want to grab a bit of that and test the import module, or export basically. And if Zelda were on TeamSpeak, he would know this. I had item IOs. Where'd they go? All right, let's try that again. So I want to export from the network into here. So I just want one of these. And I believe, here's the question, right? Let's put this on here. But I believe if I put it on this side, we should be able to specify what to export. So we've got 27 fertilizer. If I tell it dirt, what's it going to do? Oh, good, it does work. All right, what about fertilizer? Does fertilizer work? Nice. Fertilizer and dirt work all on one side. That's perfect. So let's upgrade this guy now that we know that both work, because I wasn't sure if that would happen or not. But now we want this guy to go like that. And we're going to tell it for dirt and fertilizer. Stack at a time mode. Beautiful. How's that look? I love it. And then the excess will go right into there. Perfect. I just have to teach my system how to craft fertilizer, but that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, the only other thing I got to deal with now is another export. You ready? Basic export. Just need one of you. And that goes right... right here. What are we exporting? Wood, of course. Perfect, look at that. And it's obviously going to export faster than it can fill up or get used. So now we've completely automated this stuff. And we shouldn't have to worry about this stuff anymore. So this guy's empty, right? Oh, we've got a little bit of wood in there. I also have to empty this one out. So we'll get that guy pulled into the network in a minute here. But once that's all done, now we can start dealing with some of the other junk we've got, like saplings and apples and stuff. I no longer have to worry about these chests and barrels and whatnot. I mean, I kind of like the network, the Buildcraft stuff we had set up in the back here, but I think for now we need to deal with some of the other issues we've got. So let me think about exactly how I want to handle this stuff, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, next stage of this design. I'm going to set up some wiring here. And I'm thinking straight into here might actually work. Yeah, I know it's a mess back here. That's why I'm cleaning it up. Or at least trying to clean it up. Right. So this is the squeezer, and we're going to put a basic export bus right here. So we're going to export out of the network. We can probably bring this down a little bit. And then export will be apples. And why no export? Maybe it needs to go to the top. Actually, something I'm not sure about, but we're about to check. I didn't think so. Let's try it. Basic export bus here. Player stands where I'm placing blocks. Come on, desync. Pretty sure I've got apples in here. Why isn't this working? Did I missed a connection. How did I miss a connection? Derp indeed. There we go. Now everything's talking. Alright, basic export apples, and hooray! Apples are going in. The only thing is I need to basic import as well. So for this one, we're going to want a basic import. Just one. Probably here. Oh, you've already got a basic import? Cool. And that should handle my mulch situation. There we go. See, the mulch was there and it disappeared. So that's going to get sucked into the network too. I was going to put it on top, but the side's fine too, Soaryn. In fact, while I'm here, basic import. Boom. See you, mulch. Alright, so that cleans that up. And now we can handle these guys. So this will be another basic export, right? So all we need is basic, and we can say apple oak saplings. And I'm even going to pull like half these out of here. Oh, you know what? This can't be basic. This one needs to be full blown. Yeah, it's for the thing underneath. The levers there are all legit. So this one is an export, but we're exporting advanced stuff, so we're going to go precision. And we're going to tell this guy to keep a solid supply of saplings and... No, I have some more fertilizer around here somewhere. Fertilizer. Well, that was quick. That thing refills fast. Alright, so let's see. I guess number one, we want to make sure... Oh, you know what we could do here? I don't even need... How about this? You ready? Export bus here. Haha. You're going to fill up with saplings? Nice. For now, I'm going to tell it to do mulch. And that should... Once it's done with saplings, and I can even bump this up to stacks at a time, boom, it did mulch. Perfect. That's what I like to see. All right, you all get sent back to the network, you as well. This guy cannot run on mulch, by the way, guys. It only runs on fertilizer. Farms only run on fertilizer. No other options. So, cool. All right, so I think now all we need to do, Soaryn, is wait for this thing to clear out. Could probably bump this up to a precision. Let's do that. basic import becomes a precision import. And boom, then we can do that stacks at a time. Because I'm going to want to clear out everything. So how about we clean up the mess that we made, and I'll be right back. And cleared out this chest, or in the process of. Might as well put some of these other things in here that I don't need right now. I can take it all. Beautiful. Take this iron chest too, would you? Nice and clean. Alright, one more set of items needs to get cleaned out, and that would be these saplings. Stacks at a time, that should clean up. Excellent. Alright, I'm going to finish the last bits of cleanup here and be right back. Oh boy, that's not what I wanted to click. That's alright, easily fixable. Oh man, look how clean that looks. I love it. Don't you love how good the facades work with the cabling? How it gets that little like slot in there and the facade goes right through that little hole? Facades are really nice. I mean, like, super fancy. I love everything about them. Beautiful. Craft's good, man. I'm telling you, he's awesome. Alright, this is our new thingy. I like it, Soaryn. I think it looks good. Give him time, he'll sort it out. I don't know if we need this completely hidden. Like, I mean, I guess we could. I kind of like the idea of seeing a little bit of what's going on over here. Maybe this block needs to stay. And maybe tidy it up behind. Alright, be right back. We're back, guys, and I'm ready to build something that I think is going to be pretty cool. What's this thing all about? Alright, you ready for this, Soaryn? Check this out. I'm going to build a liquiduct. Shush. I'm doing something cool, Soaryn. Check it out. That's actually not what I wanted to have happen right there. Alright, that's okay, I can solve it. Hang on. Nobody panic. That'll work. Settle down now. No, wait, that's not what I want. One sec. I didn't lose it, trust me. Hang on 1 second. Alright, here's what I want to do. You ready, Soaryn? Mr. complains a lot. I want... This guy is where it drains from the squeezer and sends it into the fermenter. So... do I want to do this with... I might want to do this with pipes, but we're going to stick with liquiducts for now and see how it works. So the squeezer's occasionally getting things, right? It's occasionally getting apples built up in here. And the apples are slowly but surely making their way over to the main network. What I want to add to this is the following. I'm going to hook it up so that water can flow into here. And we just need to wrench this guy. And... okay. So the water... the squeezer's pulling the juice out. I really should probably be doing this with pipes, huh? Alright, 1 sec. Alright guys, I need to get rid of the storing of fruit juice for now. This is just a temporary change. Maybe we'll go back to storing fruit juice later. We'll see. But for now, I'm just getting rid of that. So you can see the fruit juice store. I'm just going to drain it out. See you later. And we shouldn't get any more getting stored in there going forward. I believe, if I did that properly. So now, right, all this stuff coming through here. This is where the biogas goes out, right? So here's what I want to do, Soaryn. You ready for this? I've got this guy hooked up here so that water can flow into it. I'm going to hit this guy with the wrench. Now he's only going to pour water into, it's obviously not going to make its way into the squeezer, right? So the squeezer is going to not accept water. But the water will carry through and make its way straight over to the fermenter, which is going to be the secondary source of biogas for us, is going by water instead of fruit juice. The only other thing we got to do is this. Boom. You know what this is? There we go. The real question is, do I have enough ME cabling for this? I think I do. Yes. Alright, so you ready, Soaryn? What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this guy up over here, and I'm going to tell him to emit a redstone signal when levels are below, let's say, I don't know, for now I'm just going to put apples in there, and I'm going to bump it up to 64 apples. Okay, so what's going to happen is, if we have less than 64 apples, it's going to go ahead and emit a redstone signal here. And water should be flowing to here eventually. See, we've got some water. But what happened is we had a few apples in here, so let's disable this for a moment. We'll make it above, and that turns it off. Okay, so I want this guy to also stop doing things. So let's just take this off. So what should happen is the fermenter should finish up. It should clear out the fruit juice. Empty. Okay. And then I'm going to switch this guy back to below. And the water should flow in. And then I'm going to turn this guy back on and tell it apples. So what's going to happen is any apples that enter the system are going to build up inside the squeezer here. And it's going to build up a good amount of juice. But the juice won't be able to flow out because it's going to be blocked by the water existing in the pipe already. Got it? All right, now the apples are going to all get dumped into the squeezer. Once this 9x9 fills up with apples, the network will start building up with apples. And once we get a stack of apples in the ME system, it'll turn off the redstone level emitter, stopping the water from flowing. Once all the water in the pipes and in the fermenter is used up, the apple juice in the squeezer will start to flow out into the pipes, and it'll start filling up the fermenter. And then we're going to go back to doing our cool stuff. What do you think? Not bad. We're going to see how it works out. So right now you can see like apple juice starting to build up in here, and then the apples will start to build up once the apple juice is, full. And we're going to be in good shape. Unfortunately, though, I do think we need to wrap up here. I've got a pretty nifty system, though. Everything's like super duper automated, courtesy of Applied Energistics, and I'm really having a lot of fun building this super complex Applied Energistics system. But of course, I did the opposite of what I wanted to do this episode, which was solve some of my power problems. I'm now using 30 EU per tick to run this system. So I do have more supply of biogas by way of ethanol, so that's probably a good thing. We do get a little bit more using apple juice, but really at this point, like, I need my saplings. 46 or 47 cables needed. I know, it's crazy, right? So if we run some cabling over here, we can tap into Soaryn's system that's building all kinds of cool stuff. We're probably just going to hook that into mine, and then we'll have 2 tree farms going. And then we need to start working our way towards the boilers. So I think what we decided, Soaryn, is we're going to have 2 boilers, one solid fueled and one liquid fueled, and we'll use the 2 tree farms here. We'll turn the wood into charcoal and feed it into the solid fuel, and then we'll of course use the ethanol to produce the Minecraft joules per tick. And then we'll be producing all our EU and MJ courtesy of Steam. I think it sounds like a pretty solid plan. What do you think, player? Player approve? Woohoo, says Soaryn. Alright guys, Direwolf 20 signing off. We've got some work to do on the system. I will also work a little bit on my turtle mining rig because we're low on resources. Again, I need to get that thing up and running. But we'll work on that a little bit. I'm going to do some coding off camera. In the next episode, maybe I'll come back and show you what progress I've made. Alright guys, take it easy.